Now, the face of Euroscepticism may soon look a little different. It's au revoir and arrivederci Nigel Farage, who's standing down as UKIP's leader, and bienvenue to someone yet to be decided. We thought they'd like the European touch there. Hustings have been taking place around Britain ahead of a postal vote, the result of which we should know on Friday. Well, I went along to the leadership hustings to meet the candidates.
Oh, the runaway train came down the track and she blew. The runaway train came down the track and she blew.
When that noted Eurosceptic Václav Klaus, the Czech president, eventually signed the Lisbon Treaty, he said the European train had gone so fast, it was impossible to turn around. He probably didn't have Peterborough railway station in mind, but here, in the shadow of this fine place, another group of Eurosceptics are trying to stop the European train. In June's Euro elections, the United Kingdom Independence Party gained 16.5% of the vote, came second, and increased its number of MEPs to 13, one more than it achieved in 2004. It now has MEPs in 8 English regions as well as Wales. 2.5 million people voted for this organisation, these people. But for the moment, there's a vacancy for leader, and here at the Great Northern Hotel, it's the final night of leadership hustings.
We want to get Britain out of the European Union.
The next general election is going to be crucial.
It doesn't matter who you vote for unless it's UKIP, because you'll be governed by the European Union.
No thanks to Van Rompuy. I'm British and we want a say.
The majority of people in this country actually are UKIP. They just don't know it. It's true. They follow the way Grandma used to vote. Bear, sheep, exactly.
So we've got 3 MEPs, a millionaire peer, and the chairman, yes, the chairman of a parish council in Wiltshire. They may be travelling in the same direction on Europe, but do they share the same views on the other major issues?
The age of mass immigration should come to an end. We should assimilate and integrate the people that we've got. Any should slow down to a trickle. We've now got official recognition of Sharia law, which is unbelievable in my view in a 21st century Western liberal democracy. Anyone that wants to live under Sharia law is in the wrong country. They should find some other Islamic republic where they can practice those beliefs.
I'm sure that Nick Griffin wouldn't disagree with anything you've just said.
What's that to me, or what do I care about Nick Griffin?
Immigration is probably the biggest issue outside the southeast of England, and the people have been treated incredibly badly by their political class.
So is there a danger that you could be confused, UKIP and the BNP?
We've got to be very careful, especially in this area of immigration, that we cannot be confused with the BNP. I accept that. There's a fine line to be drawn here. But I would also want to bring up...
Sorry, are you saying there's a fine line between UKIP and the BNP?
Well, I don't actually know the intimate detail of the BNP policy. What we would be aiming for is zero net increase immigration. So obviously we welcome asylum seekers, we welcome people of all colours and everything, and that we're completely different to the BNP. But we think the prospect of the population moving towards 70 million within 20 years or so is very worrying. Sharia law, Islamic law, is running in this country, in fact, in many areas, which is completely unacceptable if it becomes superior to British law.
Do you respect Lord Pearson?
No, I don't. I think he's totally off the wall with his remarks on Muslims and Sharia law, and for that I can't respect him.
Are you saying that if he's elected, people will think you're too close to the BNP?
Yes, yes. People already think we are the BNP. Corner.
And so if he's elected, you're leaving, you're off?
I cannot stay with Lord Pearson with those views, and I don't think he's the right man.
Well, Well, I definitely need the soapbox.
Lord Pearson is the preferred choice of Nigel Farage and said by many to be the odds-on favourite. But his plans to form pacts with Eurosceptic Conservatives hasn't pleased everybody. You get Lord Pearson as leader, and what do you feel about him saying, well, you know what, we should have pacts with the Conservatives so that we maximise the Eurosceptic vote?
I should resist that heavily, because that is actually where I do disagree with Lord Pearson. UKIP, as a national party with a full policy, has to stand in every seat. It has to stand against the other parties. We won't do pacts with fair-weather Eurosceptics.
Sorry to interrupt, I just don't understand how you can work with somebody, Lord Pearson, if you disagree with the cornerstone of his policy, this idea of pacts.
But if the UKIP electorate choose Lord Pearson, that's a democratic process, and I don't have an alternative. UKIP is my party. So I'd be in there pleading with him not to stand aside for Tory Eurosceptics.
Your party has got a bit of a history of kind of infighting.
Just a little bit. I think that needs to change. I think in my election manifesto, I've said that we have too many ex-members in this party. We have more ex-members than we actually do members, and that has to change.
Are you worried there's going to be a bloodbath after this election?
Well, I hope not. I hope that we understand that the members that are in UKIP currently understand, and especially those senior members, those leadership candidates and other MEPs, etc., understand that we have a fight on our hands in the general election. We need to come together, and not just the people that are currently in the party. Let's look, not everyone, because some people, of course, are damaged, but some of those that have left, maybe we can take them back.
It almost sounds like, as a party, you could do with some group therapy.
Well, we'll give it a go, whatever's needed.
The whole point of an election is to have a choice, different people, different views. But do you get the impression that the UK Independence Party is a party at ease with itself, where they all really like each other? Probably not.
The runaway train went over the hill and she flew. The runaway train went over the hill, and the last we heard she was going still, and she blew, 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 blew.
And we'll know which of those five takes over from Nigel Farage on Friday. Just to say that, don't forget that the new BBC website, the BBC Democracy Live, where you can catch up on all the debates that our elected politicians have been having, from Westminster to Brussels, taking in the Northern Ireland Assembly and an awful lot of other places besides.